to ask you more about everything, but more specifically about Zora and her relationship with Artemis. Because they're not, everybody goes to the trope that, oh, it's Holmes and Watson, but this time they're girls in Indiana. It's not that. Right. But they are a detective duo. One's good with the book learning, one's good with the axe, one's got too much anger, one's got not enough confidence. So what's the secret to making a compelling dual protagonist set like that for a story like this?
So I think it was I know with Zora and Artemis, one of the things that absolutely had to be there was they weren't quite going to like each other at first, but they were going to understand at least a little bit where each other was coming from. So they don't like each other, but they don't hate each other. And as the book goes on, they evolve, of course, and they really come to kind of be best friends. Because it's set up throughout the story that they had been friends when they were younger because their mothers were sisters, so they're cousins, and they had hung out a lot when they were younger, and then there was a rift that kind of pulled them apart. And they're on different ends of the spectrum. Like Artemis's family is rich, Zora's is not, and they have
Indiana rich.
Indiana rich, yeah, right, exactly. They live on the nice big Victorian house on the lake. And so they have these differences between them. And I think it's important too that at least one member of the pair is eager to put the pair together. Which obviously is not necessary for like a duo in a book, but I think in this case it was important because Artemis is the one who really believes in this hunting work that they were doing. And she can't see ghosts. She can feel them, but she can't see them. And she can't do any like fighting or anything. So she's running around trying to from the first scene, trying to convince Zora to get back into it and be like, we have to do this. We have to, get back into hunting. And Zora's like, nope, I'm done. I'm out. I don't want to talk to you. You're the worst. I hate you. And then of course
Zora is.
she's I love her so much. She's great. And this conflict comes up and Zora realizes, she's like, okay, I have to take care of this. And the only person that she knows who is willing to help her at all is Artemis. So they're kind of, it's partly a, one person of the pair is, eager to put this together. Part of it is there is a conflict that brings them together to the point where they have to join up. And they each need their own kind of motivation for what they're doing and why they're doing this. So for Zora, it's, I'm not going to go hunting alone again because I see what that got me. And she needs someone who's on her side. And she knows that she can influence Artemis to help her. And for Artemis, it's, she wants to get back into she wants to help Zora take down this fire starter because she wants to help protect the town. She wants to get rid of this ghost hunting TV show that has come to town that she does not like. And I think that's the two main things. There. But they both have their own separate motivations for joining forces. And then throughout the course of the story, them spending this time together, they realize oh, okay, we do have a lot in common. We do like each other. Let's hang out more. We understand each other. We know where we're coming from. And so it was a lot of that. I knew I wanted a friendship to be at the center of the story, but I knew that they weren't going to start as friends. And I knew that Artemis was really going to be the Artemis Zora relationship was going to be the main relationship of this book. So So I didn't really want, because in Made You Up and Eliza and Her Monsters, a romantic relationship was the main core of it. And for this one, especially because Zora is asexual, which gets brought up, but it's kind of like, it's not really a big, let's move that off over here.
It's not really relevant to this particular adventure, although if there is a sequel, we might see some more of that, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's brought up, and there's like flickers of interest in that area, but then it's more about her and Artemis as friends and as cousins and family members, and then bringing their family together as a whole. And as an extension of that, about like, Zora and her sister Sadie, and their kind of bond with their dad and with their mom, and how their parents see them. And so I knew I wanted those two things to be the center of the story, this relationship between Zora and Artemis, friendship, and then between Zora and Sadie. So that was always kind of the main conceit of it.